Come with me today, we've got an Audi Q3 2-litre CFFB, which is having a timing belt and water pump. First thing we need to do is move around to the header tank, take a radiator cap off because we need to take the vehicle up in the air, get the under trays off, and remove the driver's side front wheel. Now we've got the vehicle up in the air, what I've done to drain the coolant out of it, the charge cooler pump, I've taken the coolant pump pipe off it because that's the lowest from the engine. Now we need to move around to the timing belt side of it. We've got the alternator belt to remove, this little coolant pipe bracket with a 10mm, and there's one just up there, and then when we remove them we can take the engine down and start removing stuff. Once we finish in the wheel hatch and doing what we need to do under there for now, move around to the top, fuel filter housing out of the way, header tank off, and then we can make a start on removing the engine mount. Now that we've got the fuel filter out of the way, we can concentrate on the engine mount. We've got 13mm, 16 and a couple of 18s. But before we take it off, you need to get yourself a jack with a block of wood and put it underneath the sump to support that engine. Once we've got all the engine mounts out of the way, we can remove this upper timing cover now with 3 little clips on the side there, and that cover should just pull off nice and easily. Now all we've got to do is just remove that lower timing belt cover. Once you've got everything out of the way now and all the covers are off, we need to get that engine timed up. Now I've done so many of these, but I'm just going to show you. These are the guidelines that you need to follow, and there's locking pins that you need to put in each pulley. You've got the camshaft, fuel pump, and also the crankshaft. If you can see down there, I've just put a little white dot where that tool slots over the crankshaft pulley, and that white arrow there lines up and it just slots into the oil pump. Let's get it. Once you've got that engine locked up and made sure that your pins are in all the way, we need to slacken off the bolts on the fuel pump pulley and the camshaft pulley. Now they're not very tight. Now these pins will hold them pulleys in place for you. As you can see, not very tight at all. Now we can make a start on removing the belt. Now once you've slackened your 15mm on your tensioner, get yourself a little 6mm Allen key, and you get this little hook, put it in the tensioner there, and we can tension it back up, and as you can see it is taking more slack off the belt. So we can get a 15 now, nip it back up like so, and that belt now we can just pull off nice and easy like so. Now I've got the belt off, we need to move around to the water pump, and what I do, I send the engine back up, not the engine, the car, back up in the air, and how I do it, put a block of wood on the dry shaft and you can send it up. And because I hate mess, get yourself a little reciprocal so you can catch the water out, and then you can just pull that water pump out. Now before we put the brand new water pump on, we're just going to put a little bit of red rubber grease soaked around the O-ring so it slides in the block nice and easy. And you also want to give that a little bit of an area where it sits a little bit of a cleaner rooney with some 3M Scotch pad, and we can get it torqued up to 15 Newton meters. Now the pump's back in, give everything now a nice little swill down with a bit of brake and clutch. Once we've dropped the vehicle back down to working out now, we've put new idlers and rollers on it. This one's 50 Newton meters and 90 degrees. That one's 20 Newton meters, that one's 20 Newton meters. And remember me taking the tension off and then locking it back up again. You need to do that to put the belt back on. Make sure you put your new bolts in your camshaft and your fuel pump pulley, and make sure on these elongated holes, make sure they are fully clockwise. Then we need to put the belt on in a clockwise direction. Now we've got the belt on, we need to slacken this tension off. Grab your 15mm, hold your Allen key with the left hand, slacken off, and you'll see that tension now come round. Pull your Allen key out. Now get your 6mm, and we can turn this tensioner now clockwise, and you'll see this arrow and they're lining up with that groove, and also at the same time you'll see the camshaft pulleys move as well. You see it? So you can just nip that up, like so, and we can get that torqued up. Once everything's timed up and torqued up to spec, we now need to jump on the crank, remove all your tools, and what I've done, I've put my own little Tipex marks, just saves me putting the tools back in. And we need to turn this engine over twice now and make sure that everything lines up correctly. Now I'm happy with everything, all the marks are lining back up. I am not going to bore you building it all back up. Once we've got it all back together, we're going to refill the cooling system. How I'm going to be using it is this vacuum and refill system. Absolutely brilliant. I've already pulled the vac on it. I put it just into the yellow, and what that's going to do, that's going to check for leaks. While I'm putting all this in the wheel arch back together. Once we've finished underneath there, we can now jump up and check the pressure, and it hasn't moved. So we can go ahead and put the correct antifreeze in it, and it's just as simple as flicking a switch. And that now will just fill that system to maximum. Now we're happy with everything, we can get our lovely little bar now to depress the clutch pedal to give it a big starter rooney. There you go, that is the car now back up and running. And there you have it, that is one timing belt replacement on an Audi Q3. Now this vehicle is having a full service as well, so what I'm going to be doing is letting that engine get nice and hot, making sure that the coolant level stays and the fans are kicking as it should do. Anyway, let's get it in.